If you can reach the place where you're making peace with the fact that there are things that you do want that haven't yet manifested, but that are underway, then you can more quickly close that gap between the things that you want and the things that are manifested. There are many things that you want, that you continue to want, that have manifested. And there are many things that you want that have not yet quite come into physical fruition. And we make an effort at helping you to become good with all of that by reminding you that you never get it done. There will always be another unfulfilled desire. But we think part of the reason that you are a little slow in coming around to the idea that it is really a good thing that there are unfulfilled desires is because sometimes the vibration of your awareness of where you are in relationship with the vibration of what you want is so far apart, and you've practiced so much noticing that it isn't happening or that it hasn't happened, that the vibration of allowing it to happen isn't even in your vibrational vocabulary, so to speak. So then you go for long periods of time without getting what you want. And we don't blame you for being impatient about that, because it's not supposed to take a long time between the time that your contrasting experience inspires the desire and the full-blown manifestation of it. And so we understand how if you have not been knowing about this vibrational relativity and you haven't been doing anything deliberately about cleaning up your own vibration, we can understand why you would be a little reluctant to wholeheartedly go along with us when we say, and you are delighted about those unfulfilled desires, yes? So it is our expectation that as we play together today, and as you get a keener sense that you are vibrational beings living in a vibrational universe with a vibrational indicator within you that lets you know your vibrational proximity to everything that you want, you will, before long, be able to wholeheartedly announce, I am not troubled by my unfulfilled desires, because I have now come to the awareness that it is not a matter of whether it will be achieved or not. That is for sure. I can create anything that I desire. The question isn't if it will happen. The question may still be when will it happen? And you have control of the when factor. You have control of how long it takes from the time that you identify that you want something and the time that it manifests, because you have control of your vibration. We're going to talk today about vibrational relationships, because we want you to understand that there is vibrational relationship between what you're offering right now and where you want to be that has to come into alignment. In other words, you cannot be living not enough money and send constant rockets of desire into your vibrational escrow asking for more money and complain all day, every day about not having enough money and close that vibrational gap. Because when you keep noticing that you don't have enough money, you keep activating a vibration of not enough money, which doesn't let you become a vibrational match to enough money. So we want to talk about vibrational relativity so that you can come to understand that you don't have to understand or know or worry about or even consider what anybody else thinks about anything that has anything to do with you. In other words, there are so many rules and restrictions and laws and opinions that are out there, and so many of you are giving your attention to so many of those that you get yourself all scattered and you lose your way relative to the only two things that matter. And the only two things that matter are, where am I and where do I want to be? And so we want you to come to the awareness that these 2 points of vibrational relativity are all that are important to you. Where are you in relationship with where you want to be? And your emotional guidance system is letting you know in every moment where you are in relationship to where you want to be. You've heard us say, if you've been listening to us at all, we've written a book even that talks about it, that when you ask, it is given. And that's our way of explaining to you that in the moment that your environment causes a preference or a desire to be born within you, Source becomes immediately at one with your new desire. Not with where you are in relationship to your desire, but at one with the new desire. Now, we don't think that you really understand that, so we're going to do a little bit of a sales job here, because we want you to understand that the evolution of all species, the evolution of this universe, is dependent upon this powerful law-based fact. And it works like this. Do you know that you are extensions of source energy? You are not here as some lesser than God physical being trying to figure out how to prove worthiness and catch up to the perfection of that. Instead, you are that which man calls God, here in a physical body, extended out into this leading edge time-space reality. You are as leading edge as God can get. So, as you're having an experience, and the experience causes something to occur to you that you would prefer. You're hungry, you want food. You're thirsty, you want water. Someone's rude to you, you want them to be nicer. You're rude to someone, you want to be nicer. In other words, in every moment of every experience, you're living life which is causing preferences and desires to be born. And in the moment that the new desire from this leading edge now experience that you're having is born within you, Source says, we agree. Now think about it. How could it get any better than that? Don't you think that it really makes sense that you who is out here living the life experience, who could know better, who could choose better than you who's right here living the experience? Have you noticed how well it doesn't seem to work out when large numbers of people or even small numbers of people leave their own personal well-being to the government? In other words, have you noticed how when people turn over their individual choices to someone else, that someone else always gets bogged down in the overload of trying to create the reality that they were never intended to create? You create your reality. And we want you to understand that it's much easier than most people make it out to be, because as you live life, you worthy beings that you are, and you have something occur that makes you prefer or want something different than you're living. Source says you should know. You're the one on the leading edge. You're the one having this specific experience, and no one else in all of the universe is this unique person with this unique personality, with this unique set of intentions, having this unique experience and setting forth birth to these unique desires. You should know. And Source is so confident in your worthiness and in your wise ability to choose that in the moment that a preference is born within you, whether you are this full-blown genius human that you are, or whether you are the one-celled organism in the ocean, when you, any consciousness, a cell in your body, any consciousness is having exposure to experience, preferences are being born, and Source says, yes. So when you get it, do you get it? That you have this vibrational relationship that equals your mood. And if you will make this vibrational relationship your primary concern, if you will make it what you care about, if you will stop saying world or universe or God or Abraham or mother or lover or employer or employee or friend, if you will stop saying, give me something that makes me feel good so that I can feel good because I want to feel good, and after all you sort of owe it to me to give me something to make me feel good because I want to feel good. If you'll stop saying that, meaning that, feeling that, and instead you'll say, it is my responsibility to conjure a framework of thoughts that causes me to feel a little better now and a little better now and a little better now. If you will show yourself your ability to manifest the emotion without demanding a condition to change first, now you've got it. Because once you achieve the vibrational stability of feeling good anyway, the condition has to change. So constant rockets of desire, constant vibrational emanation from you, going into what we are calling this vibrational reality, a vortex of creation. It's where your inner being stands. It's where your inner being stands as a constant improvement of that which you are. So this vortex of creation is where everything that you've been asking for, better stated, everything that you have become dwells. A vibrational creation, a vibrational beingness to which you are feeling constant feedback. When you're up to speed with it, you feel great. When you're not up to speed with it, you feel not so great to the degree that you're not up to speed with it. If what is has your undivided attention, then you are not a deliberate creator. You are a regurgitator. You are a knee-jerker, observer, a defaulter. You are a creator by default. You are someone who observes and has a knee-jerk response. And you are also like most of the human population on your planet, because that's what most are doing. But when you understand that you have another option, that you can choose an emotion that is apart from the current reality that you are living, now you have the ability to deliberately change the current reality, because the reality will shift in resonance to your vibrational attitude. We know it must be sort of hard to take when you're dealing with some of the stuff you're dealing with. We're just saying that once you get hold of this, and once you figure out that you can control the way you feel, because you have the ability to find a better feeling thought and a better feeling thought and a better feeling thought. And how would I know the sweetness of being who I am if I never had a moment of not being who I am? How would I know? How could I discern? And so isn't it all good?
Yes, and I realize that. And
why do I want to attract people on my wavelength? We're going to answer it for you. Because it's evidence of my alignment, which is what I really want. Let's get that in the proper perspective, because some might say, I want to attract people on my wavelength because it feels better when it happens. But I want to attract people on my wavelength because I want to be on my wavelength. That's why. It's my wavelength that is the operative word here, not the attraction of others that confirm it and compound it and enhance it and affirm it. I want to be on my wavelength because nothing else is satisfactory to me. Nothing else is tolerable to me. I don't want to be in a moment out here on the leading edge without my inner being there. I want to be tuned into who I am so that when they show up at the party, they're tuned into who they are, because that's the party I want to go to. If we can convince you that if you do the vortex work first, which means find the emotion, align with who you are, that the vortex will fix everything. The vortex will give you the manifestation. It will bring the evidence, because the vortex is gathering the cooperative components. And we just want to say to you, we love you very much. We just want to say to you, we love you very much. We just want to say to you, we love you very much. You are the only uncooperative component that needs to come to the party. And when you become a cooperative component, which means you find some way to adjust your vibration so that you're not so freakishly resistant. When you care about how you feel and you adjust your vibration, the vortex will take you in. It's the way that it works. You don't have to figure it all out. You're not here to prove worthiness to anyone about anything. You just have to chill out. You just have to let go of those things that have been bothering you. You just have to find a way to stop offering a vibration that holds you apart from this vortex. And when you let go, when you surrender, when you give up, when you stop the battle, when you stop the struggle, when you stop looking at the evidence that supports why you're standing in the place you don't want to stand, when you stop doing that and stop keeping it active, the vortex will take you in, and anything and everything that you've been looking for will manifest in your experience, and others will watch you in this beautiful manifestation that follows you on every subject in the world, and they'll say, what in the world have you got going on? How is it that you get everything you want with such ease? What happened to your struggle and your trying? And you say, I gave it up. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. We've been out on the leading edge today in a number of different segments, taking thought beyond that which it has been before, and fulfilling the satisfaction that we reach for as we participate with you. We know that as a result of the lives that you are living, that you are putting new solutions, new answers, and new clarity into the vortex. And we receive the benefit of what you put there incrementally as you put it there. So we're feeling satisfaction all day, every day, as your problems and questions queue up, because the solutions and answers queue up for us, and the cooperative components are assembled. But when we come together in an atmosphere like this, where you come with still some of your problem activated, And we are able to shine the spotlight on the solution that you've put there.